do this intro? Or did you give
yeah.
up on that dream?
No, okay. You can't take all my dreams away, Matthew.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Welcome to Ain't Mythbehavin, the podcast about legends from people who are. I am joined by my reluctant father figure and co-host, Matthew Shadorn. How you doing, Matthew?
Who are you?
That's funny because that's what my actual dad said too.
No, you didn't introduce yourself, Anna.
Oh. I thought you were playing
joke.
along.
I was saying you should introduce yourself first as the host and then introduce your host. Because it's like you can't have a co-host if you don't have an initial host.
But then this is for Patreon, right? So everyone who listens, and 100% of that audience is currently you, if I am correct.
You know what? I feel like any day we're going to break through.
Well, anyway, so either way, anyone listening will know that it's me anyway, right?
I guess. But you know what?
Okay, sorry.
Anna, as we talk so much about religion, what is important is often the ritual.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
We need to complete the rituals. Mm-hmm. We need to do the things. That is where people if you start with the introduction that people know, then they feel like, okay, I'm in good hands with professional podcasters. I feel safe in this environment.
Right.
You know,
I'm sorry for violating your
it's
safe
all
space.
Chaos. The people listening to this, they're all frazzled now. They have no idea what's going on.
Well, that's because the people listening to this is you.
Well, yeah, and I am very upset.
Okay, I'm sorry for upsetting you.
The eventual future listeners, one of them.
In their droves,
yeah. I tell you what, if you're the first person to subscribe to this button, and nobody will hear this, so they'd have to be the first person. We'll give you a shout out if you were the first person. The next episode.
It's like, it's like if a tree falls down in the woods and no one's around to hear it, did we even make a podcast?
You know what? It's the exercise of the thing is important, right? It's
As
not,
you said, the ritual.
The ritual. Well, this is a different point I'm making.
Oh, okay.
We don't do this because we do this for others, Anna, or do we do this for ourselves?
I feel like I do this to humor you, to be quite honest.
Well, I appreciate that. Anyways.
Yeah.
So go on.
Sorry, I'm Anna Domini, and this is my co-host Matthew Shadorn. How you doing, Matthew?
I am all right, Anna. I'm a little off center today, but it's fine. I'm fine. How are you today, Anna?
I'm good. I don't know if I feel legendary. Very tired.
Haven't done anything legendary or epic lately?
It's been a while since we last spoke, and I feel like I've not set the bar high.
Well, if the bar's not very high, then everything seems epic, right?
Yeah, true.
I think you've been overcoming some legendary heat, though, right? The heat wave
yes,
been...
it's like there must be some like legend who fights a firestorm, and you know the current heat wave. I guess I've lived through that, so that's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Also, you know, still haven't succumbed to the pandemic, which just it feels like we're living in science fiction, like a bad science fiction at the moment, in a way, doesn't it? Because you know we're past Freedom Day now. So we were all free.
Free to die.
Yeah, I saw this thing that was like the government are basically now just trying to normalize dying from COVID. It's like, yay! So yeah, that's fun. So
yeah, it's all like stiff upper lip and all that. Just
exactly. Beating disease with Britishness, I don't think it's gonna work.
When I was reading this article about this doctor in Alabama who posted this piece, I forget what, maybe just on Facebook or whatever, and she was talking about how like there are all these people who she's like the last thing that happens with all these patients before I intubate them, which means that before I put them on a ventilator.
Yeah. And
when they say ventilator, it's not like a mask they put on your face.
It's like a tube that goes in your throat.
It's a tube they shove down your throat, which I don't think is said enough to people who are like,
masks are uncomfortable.
Yeah. Wait till you feel a tube going down your throat. Ugh. And she's like, the last thing they do is they always beg me for the vaccine. And she's just like, it's too late.
Too late.
You don't understand how this works. Like,
oh my God.
They always, she's like, yeah, you had your opportunity and you fucking squandered it. And now you're getting a tube shoved down your throat.
Christ.
Anyways, so yeah.
Have you done anything legendary this week?
Have I done anything legendary heroic? I have heroically went on vacation with my parents and my father-in-law. And
that does sound pretty heroic.
It was we were in a little rental house in the Yorkshire Dales and for like 4 days.
Was it a lot nicer than the last time you went to a cabin somewhere fairly remote.
It was, yes. Well, there was indoor plumbing this time, which was a real big step up. It was on a bus route. That was good. So easy escape if I needed to make it. Yeah, no, it was much nicer. It was a beautiful little house. It was a country house of a family friend or friend's family. Anyways, and
what you're trying to say is you've got connections.
I've got some connections.
Who own property.
Yeah, That's what I don't want to brag about it, but they own a home in Ilkley, which is a nice commuter suburb for Leeds, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was pretty richy rich. Pretty nice little town. So, I spent time with family, and the epic thing I did is I kept my wife from murdering everybody. So we had a good time.
And she's a famous murderer, so...
She is. She's just...
that is quite the feat.
Yeah.
Did your parents and parent-in-law get on?
They get on fine, but I don't want to say who, but one of them is a lot to deal with individually.
Right.
And then when we had to deal with that one and my parent...
I think you accidentally said who.
Anyways, it was really stressful for everybody. So
okay, fun.
Yeah, so that was my epic thing. And I don't know. The only other thing I did is I hewn wood into garden accoutrement.
Oh yeah, that's pretty epic.
Built some.
Did you wear like plaid as you were doing it?
Plaid? Why would I wear plaid?
Because you were hewing wood. Just like a lumberjack.
Oh no, no. We didn't cut down the trees. We just bought it at the store. But
I see.
Or actually, we didn't even buy some of them. We repurposed some pallets. You'd be happy about this.
Did you go on the search for street wood?
Yeah. We found some pallets outside Alice's work, so we weren't stealing them or whatever.
Sure.
Nobody steals pallets. Nobody gives a shit.
So you were upcycling some
waste. I was
waste.
upcycling. Yeah. So we
Saving
made them.
the planet.
Yeah, they were mounted on the wall of my garden. They're really nice.
Yeah, I saw some because you posted them on Facebook, and then a comedian who loves to mansplain mansplained why it was a bad idea.
I deleted that comment. I just made me really angry, and I just was just.
He's such a weirdo.
I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" And he was like, I hate to be that guy. And it's like then
you don't
be
hate
that
to
guy.
be that guy. You're just being that guy.
Yeah, by saying I hate to be that guy. It's like, hey, you broke you may have broken the moisture seal on the house, and so you're gonna have a bunch of moisture damage. I'm like, dude, I'm not an idiot.
Oh man,
Anyways,
it's interesting that I guess because sometimes they accuse Danny of mansplaining, and he's like, but I do this to everyone. It's not a sexist thing. And it's like, well, it's not a sexist thing, but it is a man thing.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And that guy's also like that.
Yeah. I was like, I should. Anyways.
Although he also doesn't believe that the gender pay gap exists, so
no,
he is a bad man.
I don't know. We don't have to deal with him. I think he quit comedy. So.
That's for the best.
Or maybe comedy quit him. I don't know. But yeah, that was a very weird thing. But yes, I made some lovely with my dad. We built some nice pallet.
That's a lovely, cute bonding activity.
Vertical.
You and your dad. Did you get
planters.
Tavish to help? Did he shake a hammer at the pallet at one point?
No, and he got very upset.
Oh.
When we got him nearby, he got upset by the sound of power tools because.
Oh, fair enough.
He's 6 months old, so he doesn't. He has no idea what's happening.
You were like, I'm gonna make you a man, boy.
But yeah, we did go to the hardware store, and when my dad and I went to the hardware store, we took Tavish with us just as an outing, whatever, just to get him out of the house and get Tavish out of the house. No, to get get him away, to give Alice.
Hey son, we're gonna show you tools.
I know. Well, yeah, and then my dad was
father
like,
and your grandfather.
We took Tavish to the man mall, and I was like, Dad.
Did he actually say that? That's
he
amazing.
did. I was like, come on.
Oh.
I was like, it's okay. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Sometimes there's my parents are in their 70s. They have a lot of gender things that I don't want to be like. No, we're not doing that, Dad.
Fair enough.
Or mom or whatever. Anybody. I'm just like, hey, we're trying to build a better kid here. So, anyways.
Yes. So, what are we talking about today? Who are we talking about today?
So, this special July
episode. What legend
episode,
have you discovered for me this July?
So today we are. I actually got inspired by a different figure.
Okay.
And so this is kind of a two-parter.
Oh.
So next week we're gonna talk about the other figure.
Right.
But today.
By next week, do you mean next month?
Next month we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
No, and I'm gonna need you to do this this recording next week.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you already fit into your busy schedule? I need you to do another recording. No. So next month we're going to talk about a different figure. But this month we're talking about the legend of David.
Okay.
You know David?
Is that David and Goliath?
Yes.
Slash King David.
King David of the Bible. I was looking it up as King David, and then everywhere you're just like, he's just listed as David. And I just find that very funny. It's like, hey,
he's like the Madonna of the Bible.
It's David. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So it's very funny. I just like the idea of just hey, it's David. Anyways,
like, Your Highness, and he's like, no, just
hey,
David.
Just call me Dave, all right?
So the David of David and Goliath,
King David,
and Jeff, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah song.
Yes, I guess so. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So David, he was king around 1000 BCE. Mm-hmm. He was the second king of ancient Israel, and he founded the Judean dynasty and united all the tribes of Israel under a single monarch. So this is kind of his big achievement, right? And he's an important figure in both Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. I don't know why I said both.
But I was about to pick you up on that. Is that because you're actually really Islamophobic?
Yeah, that was like in both Judaism and Christianity and something called Islam. All right, whatever.
That reminds me of I was once at like a kind of Christmas party for like my mum's relatives, and we had to talk to this like cranky old like great uncle, and as you do, and my mum was like, please just talk to him, just find something. So we like
you bounded on how much you hate Islam.
No, that's not the direction, don't worry. So basically he was telling some story about university, and so naturally I was like, oh, which university did you go to? And he was like, well, you see, I went to both, because initially I started in Oxford, and then in the war they sent me off to Cambridge to do the engineering. And it's like, there are only 2 universities in this posh man's like mind. Yeah. And that's what you just did with religions.
That's what I did too. Yes. The Judaism and then the Christianity, you know how it is.
That was the best British accent I've ever heard you do.
No, I can do.
You should stick to that one rather than Cockney.
I can do crotchety, old, crusty British man sitting in a club complaining about the past. Well, back then, of course. And then they had this newfangled thing. They called it Islam or something.
Actually, now you're starting to sound like Wilson Fisk.
I am.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm getting back. I got away from it, but it doesn't matter. That's not why we're here. This is not the accent podcast. This is the Mythbehavin.
Oh, maybe it should be. I think we would probably create more comedy if it was the accent podcast.
I don't know.
If it was just called like Saint Mythbehavin.
Well, you can't really write that down, can you?
But, yeah, just call it Saint Misbehaving in an accent, and then
with an accent. The
Saint accentuating, maybe.
There you go. So David is probably a real person.
Probably.
Yeah. So the primary evidence for David's career consists of several chapters in the books of Samuel and the Old Testament,
which is famously very reliable.
Yeah,
an accurate
totally
portrayal of things that happen.
Yeah, see our Noah episode about that. But the Psalms are also attributed to him.
Right. But that doesn't mean that he wrote them.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are attributed to him that potentially maybe didn't actually happen. So, or he didn't do.
Just like Jesus.
So the material evidence for his reign is a matter of intense debate among scholars, and it is very scant. Some scholars claim to have discovered artifacts that corroborate the biblical account of David's kingdom. Others assert that the archaeological record strongly suggests that David was not the grand ruler of a rising kingdom, but merely a gifted tribal leader of a pastoral rather than urban society. So, yeah. And there's some passing, there's like stone, what's it called? Stele? Stele? Stone stele? Anyways, that mentions the House of David. There's ancient carvings,
Right.
So
that's cool.
So some scholars consider David's story to be a heroic tale similar to King Arthur's legend or Homeric epics.
Right.
So like exaggerations and outright fictions, Others hold that David's story is a political apology in answer to contemporary charges against him of his involvement in murders and regicide. So a lot of people think that the after the fact stories of David are like people being like polishing up his mythos. His reputation, yeah. So it's like he wasn't such a bad guy,
right, one of those.
Yeah, it's like, hey, he what?
It's like, oh, did you hear about Hitler's art career?
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing.
Just anyways, let's not focus on Winston Churchill's racism. Let's focus on the war stuff. Anyways, some other studies of David have been written where he's pictured as a brutal tyrant, a murderer, as ambitious and ruthless, a tyrant, a flesh and blood man who achieved power by any means necessary, including murder, theft, bribery, sex, deceit, and treason. And William G. Deaver, an American archaeologist specializing in the history of Israel and the Near East in biblical times, described him as a, quote, serial killer.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, he's a fun guy.
Oh, that's interesting because, like, the serial killing compared to, like, mass murder is a bit more, like, personal and involved.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I mean, he's definitely a mass murderer. We'll get into that, but I don't know. Actually, there's some...
I could forgive that, but the serial killing...
I mean, mass murderers, they're, whatever. That happens. It happens, right?
Well, it's, state-sanctioned a lot of the time, so...
That's the thing, right? There's a certain level of state-sanctioned mass murder that we all have to come to terms with, if not on a personal level, then at least on a historical level. But yeah, so there is a bunch of murder he does later that has kind of the ritual quality of a serial killer. We'll get into that later.
Did he put someone, like, a love rival in the vanguard of a battle, like, to kill them or something?
Yeah.
That was him. Right,
yeah, that was
cool.
him. Yeah,
Sorry.
he did a lot of stuff.
Spoilers.
That's all right. So
it was so weird, like, because I didn't pay that much attention in church. The rest of my life will probably be a testament to that. But I remember, I vaguely remember a vicar using the story of David killing that guy as like, we all make mistakes.
Yeah,
and it's
it
like,
is kind of
for fuck's sake.
I was trying to figure out why he's still such a revered figure because a lot of the stories about David are kind of crappy, and he's not really doing what one would consider to be virtuous things by mostly any stretch of the imagination. So it is strange that he is such a revered figure, but we can kind of talk about that once we get through the whole thing. But...
Cool, sorry. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun.
Don't worry about it.
Or the slingshot, if we're being on theme. Okay. That was a David and Goliath reference.
Right, but it wasn't a slingshot, it was a sling. It's a different weapon. I'll explain it when we get it.
Wait, is this whole episode you just mansplaining my degree to me?
No. Oh my god. How am I mansplaining? The whole point of this episode is me telling you something you don't know.
Exactly.
Then you can't yell at me for mansplaining.
You set it up so that I'm more ignorant. This is just classic patriarchy.
But the other episodes, the main feed episodes, are set up the other way. So isn't that you do it twice as much? So isn't there some reciprocity?
Well, actually, that's a perception. Like, when women speak like 10% more, they're considered to be speaking like more than half the time or something.
Oh my god, there's literally twice as many episodes.
I think it's actually 3 times, but yeah. Oh no, it is because it's fortnightly. Yeah, you're right. It's twice. See. I can't even do maths now.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. You're a woman. I forgive you. So...
Wow.
So according to the Bible, so most of the information we have about David comes from the Bible. There's very little actual, like, quote-unquote
real evidence.
Or look what he did. And if anything, what happens in the Bible is probably nicer than what happened.
Right, I was about to say, it was like, if that's written by his fan club, imagine how much worse it would actually be.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is, like, all these biblical and scholars and archaeologists are like, wait a minute, if this is the polished version.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So David, according to the Bible, David is the son of Jesse, which again is a very funny name to be in the Bible. I find David kind of a funny name to be in the Bible, but also Jesse, just like, hey, it's Jesse. I don't know. Anyways, the Bethlehemite. He is the youngest of his 8 sons.
Okay. So he's got a youngest son complex.
Yeah. So David's the son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite. The Bible does not name his mother. Again, great job, Bible.
Because women don't matter. Yeah.
The Bible, I feel like whoever's writing the Bible is like, this is about 6 pages too long. Can we just cut out all the women's names?
Yeah. I love it. It's like, he was the son of Jesse, who had 6 children, and here's everything that they got up to, and his mother was some bitch.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The Talmud identifies her as, good job, Talmud, as Nitzevet, so.
Well, I can see why the Bible wouldn't bother with that name.
They're like, how do you spell that? I'm just going to say a woman.
I'm just going to imply a woman. Like, you invoke the existence of one when you have a child, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, I'm just also going to call her Jessie. So she was the daughter of a man named
Wait, what? So this is in the Talmud.
This is the Talmud.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say that would be horseshit if they were like, and his mother was the daughter of this guy.
Yeah, no. This is all in the Talmud, right? So basically the thing is, she's a descendant of Ruth from the book of Ruth. And so David is a great-grandson of Ruth.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
I'm not sure who Ruth is. I forgot to look that up. But she got her own book, so...
Yeah, so there you go. The Bible has, like, at least one book named after a woman, so...
Wait, is that the only book of the Bible named after a woman?
Let's Google it. I think there are more. I think maybe Judith? Esther, yeah. Books of the Bible. Ruth, Esther, yeah.
And Judith, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, we're right. Okay, cool. Anyways, all right, so...
I mean, there's basically the proportion of men's names to women's names is similar to what you'd get on a standard comedy lineup in the UK.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, but there's a bunch that are just like
including the fact that there are 2 Samuels. Like, there's often on comedy lineups, like,
right.
no women and, like, 2 Gregs.
Yeah, it's always great when you see Santa. Like, wasn't Trump's cabinet? It was like there were more guys named John than there were actual women.
Well, there are more CEOs named John than there are women CEOs.
Right.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Especially because, like, John isn't a good name. It's, like, really boring.
Hey, if you're out there and you're named John, go fucking check yourself, buddy. You're on
Cry
notice.
into your piles of CEO money.
Yeah.
And fuck off.
That's the thing is you get a John in there, right? And they're like, you got a solid guy. Because you're just a solid, boring dude named John.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? Nothing.
Run a company well.
Run a company. He's going to run a company. Just you don't have to worry about him on the weekends. He's just John.
That's a good point.
So at the time that David is born, the king of the Israelites is Saul.
Mm-hmm.
But God is angry at Saul because
it's very rational for a supreme being to be cross at a limited creature that he made.
Yeah,
that is
pretty much
totally rational. Like you know how when grown-ups get pissed off at children, they're assholes.
Yeah,
it's like that times infinity.
But in fairness, I've been angry at Tavish sometimes in ways that really frightened me because I was just like you piece of shit, why don't you go to sleep? It's like it's very upsetting when you get very angry at a child.
Yeah.
Because you just feel like then as soon as you do it, you suddenly have this realization that you're like, you're a monster because you got angry at a baby who won't go to sleep for reasons it doesn't understand. But at that point, you're just really sleep deprived and anyway.
Right, whereas God never gets sleep deprived. He doesn't
God
have that
excuse.
Sleepy.
Yeah, and he also seems to really hold it. Like, if I get angry at Tavish, I immediately feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And let it go, right?
Whereas God sends a flood first.
Yeah,
or like loads of plagues.
Well, let's find out what God did here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
So that's not the end of the story. So God is angered when Saul unlawfully offers a sacrifice and later disobeys a command.
That's so petty as well.
So here's what happened is during Saul's campaign with the Philistines, the prophet Samuel, said that he would arrive in 7 days to perform the requisite rite before the battle. Right?
And he was late.
Yeah. When a week passed and no word of Samuel
I was just guessing that. I didn't realize that.
No, he was late. Yeah. No, Samuel was late.
Fair enough. I'd be fucked off if I was Yahweh, to be fair.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Late.
No, it's not even Samuel. So he's not angry at Samuel. Samuel's a prophet. Samuel's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's Saul and the Israelites are getting anxious, right? Mm-hmm. And so Saul prepares to offer the sacrifices on his own. And when Samuel arrives, just as Saul is finishing the sacrifices and reprimands Saul for not obeying his instructions, he's like, dude, I was on my way. I told you I was going to be here. And he's like,
but like, I don't know. I feel like God didn't manage the situation that well. Yeah. By the sounds of it.
Well, it's just like, I don't know. It sounds like Saul just was like really impatient. He's just like, I just want to get these sacrifices done.
Well, yeah, but if it's like for a battle, like the enemy's encroaching stuff, maybe you'd be like, oh, I gotta get this done. We're on a deadline here. Why was Samuel late? Did he have an excuse?
Probably.
Get lost?
Yeah, got lost.
Got drunk?
Yeah. He's out getting
I'm
his
kind
ass.
of on Saul's side here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, hey, I'm a king. I got lots of things to deal with. I can't be waiting around for you to show up and sacrifice these animals. I got to do some things myself sometimes.
He took the initiative, I think.
So, several years after this victory against the Philistines, Samuel instructs Saul to make war against the Amalekites, and utterly destroy them. Quote, utterly destroy them.
That's what God wants.
Including all their livestock in fulfillment with the mandate set out. And this from
by livestock, you mean wives and children, right?
No, yeah, well, yeah. So here's what it says in the Bible. He says, God has given you this land as an inheritance to possess, and he says, quote, you shall blot out the remembrance of the Amalek, anyways, from under heaven, do not forget. So he's like, I want you to destroy them completely. So
God wants you to do some genocide. It's not me, it's God. Just do it.
So Saul goes to war and defeats the Amalekites. Saul kills all the men, women, and children. Pretty good start.
God wants you to do war crimes.
Yeah. And he kills all the poor quality livestock, but leaves alive the king because, the king is definitely the guy who deserves to live.
Yeah.
And the best livestock. I find that infuriating. Like, we killed all the people, but not the king.
Yeah, there's just more privilege for him.
We just sent him on his way with some chests of gold and whatever. But he leaves the king alive and the best livestock. So when Samuel learns that Saul has not obeyed the instructions to the full and tries to justify it by using the livestock to perform animal sacrifices in a self-righteous manner.
I think that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
He found a loophole.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'll tell you what, we'll use these for sacrifices and maybe it'll be okay. But that didn't work out. So the prophet Samuel informs Saul that God has rejected him as the king. As Samuel turns to go, Saul seizes his garment and tears off a piece. Samuel prophesies that the kingdom will likewise be torn from Saul. Samuel then kills the Amalekite king himself.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess Saul and the king were just hanging out, just having a good chuckle. It's like, oh, you really got me this time, Saul. You killed all my people. Oh, well. I'll get you next time. Anyways.
I'm still better looking than you.
Yeah.
And then Samuel's just like, fuck, die.
Oh, you killed my drinking buddy. He was my king pal. There's not a lot of kings around here that I can hang out with.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I don't understand why so many people think that this is a good document to get your morality from. It's so reprehensible.
It is. You are like, what? Why all this? I don't know. You can see why but you can see why people use it to do some pretty fucked up shit.
Well, yeah.
It's like this section of especially because there's some really messed up things happen in this, and people are just like, yeah, David, he was great. Anyway.
And like Once in Royal David City is like one of the best Christmas carols, I think.
What? What is it?
Once in Royal David City.
I've never even heard of this.
What? Okay, well this is out of copyright for sure, so I'm going to sing it to you.
Okay,
it's a Christmas carol. What? Why?
I don't know. Whatever.
Like, once in Royal David City stood a lowly cattle shed. Have you never heard that?
No.
You've been raised in America where they're religious.
Yeah, we're not. But yeah, we got rocking around the Christmas tree. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. We serve our
God, capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, Christmas carols are the best. Like, they're not Christmas songs. They're just the ones you sing in church.
Oh, see, well, yeah, I'm not.
Did you not go to church at Christmas?
I did, yeah, but we didn't really have singing there.
What?
Church. Yeah,
that's the only reason to go.
What's with you with singing?
Oh my God,
like,
I love singing. Singing is so good for you. It's basically like legitimized shouting.
Yeah, you gave me this spiel already, but I just you've given me your singing propaganda.
Oh my God, when
in David City, yeah, I get it.
No. When the lockdowns over, like when coronavirus isn't a problem anymore. I don't know if that's going to be this Christmas or next Christmas or 10 years time. Whatever. I'm going to take you to church at Christmas time and we're going to sing some Christmas carols.
Well, I do not want to do that.
It's a date. It's happening.
I don't know. Anyways, why don't you go just join a sea shanty group, huh?
Oh, this is why you hate singing. You associate it with the
No, this is why I hate the sea
enemies.
shanty group.
Yeah.
They are our mortal enemies at the open mic.
It just makes no sense because we're nowhere near the sea.
It makes no sense. We're nowhere near when sea shanties were made. It's dumb.
That too.
Yeah. Anyways, so
We've got a bit off topic here. I'm sorry. I feel
That's
like
all right.
this is my fault.
it is your fault. So okay, so
We're not even at David being alive yet. This is all
no,
just
we're at David
origin
being alive.
story.
We haven't gotten to hit. We're about to get to this. Get to
Okay.
David. Okay, I'm just
Cool.
setting it up where David lives. Okay.
Right.
So David lives under the rule of King Saul. Saul is fallen out of God's favor. Samuel is then commanded by God to anoint a shepherd named David to be king instead.
Oh.
So
Wait, but he was the grandson of some great-grandson of some big deal. How
Some
is
other
he just
biblical figure.
like a humble shepherd at this point?
I don't know. He's probably just like a shepherd of his father's flocks, and it's like his dad's really
Oh,
rich,
okay.
and he just watched, he tends his flocks and whatever.
Right.
Within the Bible, they're like, oh, I'm a humble shepherd boy, and I'm poor. But then there are other accounts
It's
like
I own all the sheep farms.
Yeah,
And I
historic-
still identify as a shepherd.
yeah, the historical accounts seem to be like he actually was fairly well off, and
Right. Okay.
this is again like he comes from
Reputation laundering, where
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
oh my god, it's like Jeff Bezos, Amazon nearly went bust, but then he picked it up by its bootstraps, and now he's the biggest billionaire. It's like his parents gave him $250,000 or something to
exactly.
save. It's like that.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm just a regular guy. If
Yeah.
I can do it, anyone can. The
he's like
classic
salt of
Tory
the earth,
mentality.
you know.
Yeah.
He came from humble beginnings, just like you. You could be king some. Hey, good, maybe you'd be king. You don't want to tear down the monarchy because someday that could be you, the monarchy. Exactly. So after God made an evil spirit torment Saul, so
What?
God? Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Back up.
Yeah. Sorry. I realized I jumped into that with both feet. I should have just eased this in.
You thought you'd get that past me as well. You thought I wasn't paying attention.
I don't think you are, but so what happens is, so Samuel says David's going to be the new king. Or, I don't know how this is anointed because David seems to be completely unaware of it for the entire length of the story until he becomes king.
Samuel just comes and like wipes some oil on his head while he's asleep.
It's like, yeah, Samuel just comes by to him when he's in the field one day and he's like, you got the goods, kid. And he's like, what? And then just wanders off. And you're like, okay, that was weird. So I guess because God is angry at Saul, the King Saul, he sends an evil spirit to torment him, right?
See, God is just so fucking petty.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, Saul's mortal. I don't know. What else are you going to do to a guy?
Yeah. Oh my god, if you think that's bad, wait till you hear about Job.
Yeah, well, I want to get to Job one of these days. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's so dumb. It's like God is angry at Saul, right? So he's like, I don't know, I'll send a demon to torment. Just kill Saul. Just kill Saul. You're God. Just kill him. If you don't like him, kill him. There's no questions. It's just like,
Well,
if this is a
but
problem,
what if I psychologically torment him instead?
yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of trouble to go to for one mortal. I don't know.
Could you not fix bigger problems, God? You got
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
mean-
power. No.
Yeah.
I really just want to mess with this guy.
I mean, it seems like he's keeping the whole universe spinning, and it's just like, and also I'm fucking with this one dude. I mean, maybe that's why there's so much suffering in the world. Maybe it's just like God is really focused on one person at a time.
Yeah, and we're gonna like in thousands of years' time, someone's gonna be making a similar podcast about that guy, and it's probably you, Matthew.
Oh, is it me? What did I do? I do feel tormented by a demon.
Exactly, but it's the baby, right? You made the demon.
No. He's a little sweet boy. He's the sweetest little sweet boy.
Little.
Well, little's relative to, I don't know, Jupiter.
You, I guess.
So,
Sorry, he is a lovely little sweet boy.
because Saul is tormented by the spirit, his servants recommend that he send for a man skilled at playing the lyre. The lyre.
Never listen to your servants.
Exactly.
That is a bad cure. If you're tormented by a demon, you need a therapist, not a liar.
But I don't know. Yeah, what you need like a, just gentle string music in the background.
Yeah. What he needs is to be singing some hymns.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I guess this is the thing. Like, presumably there's some like spirit constantly around Saul that no one else can see. That's always just like shrieking and like breaking. I don't even know. I don't know.
It's like that music that they play outside shops to deter young people. It's like a high frequency, so only younger people can hear it.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. And so it's like, you know what? We can't get rid of the evil spirit, but what if we added gentle background music to it? Would this help? I don't know. I don't really...
I can see their thinking there.
Yeah, I guess so. So one servant proposes David, who the servant describes as, quote, skillful in playing, a man of valor, a warrior. I don't know where they're getting that because he's a shepherd. Prudent in speech, and a man of good presence. And the Lord is with him.
So, but he can also play the lyre.
Yeah, he plays the lyre.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this where the secret chord came from?
What?
The secret chord.
Yeah, the David played Nipper's Lord. Yeah, we get it. We get it. You like Leonard Cohen. You're cool. All right. So David enters Saul's service as one of the royal armor bearers and plays the lyre to soothe the king. So David first gained notoriety as a musician, but then later as the killer of Goliath. So let's get into this story.
It's like a classic rock star's tale.
Yeah.
I was killing it on the lyre, then I killed a guy.
Yeah. So Saul and the Israelites are fighting the Philistines in the valley of Elah.
Okay.
And so the armies are stalemated because they're each on either side of this valley, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, I think, as I understand it, the Philistines came from the sea, and the Israelites were up in the mountains.
We're sea shanty people.
Yeah, fucking sea shanty people.
That makes sense, because, like, them, the whole thing about Philistines is they have no culture, right? So,
exactly, yeah.
Just like the sea shanty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is going to sound, when we eventually do get listeners, this is going to sound really arbitrarily like we hate sea shanty people.
All right, here's why we hate sea shanty people. It's not arbitrary. When we first started the open mic, we did it at this pub that for some reason was big on like folk music. Like Monday nights there was a harp group or something there. But they were like, oh, we don't have anything scheduled on Thursday, so you can do the open mic here on Thursdays. And we were like, great. And so we did the open mic for like a week or two, and then one day some people showed up and they were just like, oh, is this where the sea shanties are? And we were like, no.
Nope. This is where the comedy is.
We're pretty sure the place where the sea shanties are were the Spanish Main in the 1860s. It's like, so like, no, there's no sea shanties here. What are you talking about? And it turns out that there was an unorganized sea shanty group that came once a month that didn't tell the bar, I guess. They just kind of showed up and would do sea shanties, which I guess nobody questioned why ever these people. Anyway, so... And then these people came and they were wanting to do sea shanties, and we were like, no, there's a comedy open mic here. We're about to do a comedy open mic. Uh-huh. And they were like, oh, okay. And then they went outside and they stood outside the window, which was next to the stage, and they just sat there. They stood there outside the bar.
So this is the people who had come to listen to the sea shanties.
The sea shanty people, yeah. They didn't even like sit and watch the comedy, or even sit in the bar somewhere else and not watch the comedy and enjoy a beer in the warm of the bar. They stood in the cold outside the window until we were done. And then as soon as we were done, they stormed and they did the sea shanty. And then the bar owner was like, hey, the sea shanty people contacted me and they wondered if once a month they could do the sea shanties. And I said, no, because we're doing a weekly open mic and it's important for us to be, because again, it's the ritual and the practice of it.
Yeah.
We need to be doing this
and
every
it's
week.
Also like, if people know that it's there every week, then they'll know exactly when to go. Whereas, if you have something irregular, or for example, put on 2 comedy nights in the same pub and they're run by different people, that confuses people and no one shows up.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so we were like, but what we can do is once a month we'll cut ours short. So we'll be there at 8, and then by 9, the sea shanty people can come in. And it was like, fine. And so that was fine. And then so once a month, we had the sea shanty people like breathing down our necks and being dicks about it.
It was a real surf and turf war,
yeah,
if you
it was.
will.
Thank you. Yeah, good job.
I thought of that just now.
That's good. No, you sure I've been sitting on that for years now? Yeah, it was a turf war. If we accidentally got up to 9 o'clock and lost track of time, they would go to the bartender, and the bartender would come to me and say, hey, they never interacted with me directly, which was also very annoying.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, it was so passive aggressive. And so, yeah, and they were just jerks. And then they stopped coming. Sometimes they just wouldn't show up.
Right.
And so we were like, oh, okay, no sea
I guess we'll
tonight.
do some more comedy now.
Do some more comedy now, yeah. And so, or like, yeah, and then when they did show up again, we were like, well, fuck you. You haven't been showing up. So we stopped building our schedule around people who weren't there.
Who aren't there.
It was so annoying. Anyways.
Yeah.
If you sing sea shanties, no. So sea shanties got big on TikTok or something over the quarantine. And I was like, oh, please don't.
Fuck these guys.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, I was like, no, I don't. It was so triggering. And I was, I don't know. The funniest thing about this sea shanty, which I was like, who would keep this art form going? Because, like, except for the Decemberists in the early aughts, who was doing new sea shanties? Like, nobody. So you have all these sea shanties from like hundreds of years ago, which I imagine are pretty horrible.
Yeah.
But then the sea shanty group was like anti-shanty, which was like, that's a great name for like a punk sea shanty group. Or which were like trying to like
make them more politically correct.
Yeah, they were trying to take the sexism and the racism out of them, and I was just like, then why are we here?
There's nothing left.
What's left, right? Singing about mermaids, that sounds pretty sexist, probably too.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, and then there was one called She Shanty, which was feminist sea shanties, and I was just like, who needed this? Who?
Also, that's just very unfair on like people who have trouble like pronouncing things.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say for if you have any. If you can talk any level of pronunciation, like whether you have a speech impediment or not, that's just hard to say.
Yeah.
She shanty. It's terrible.
This is great content, though.
Anyways,
you
so
just
that's
tried
why
to say she shanties sing sea shanties.
Anyways,
there's a new
so
tongue twister there.
This is why we hate she shanties,
and therefore why David was probably a dickhead, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't remember how to get this. Anyway, so the Philistines were coming up from the sea.
That was it. The Philistines.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So they're not cultured because they do sea shanties. Got
yeah, exactly. Okay. The Israelites up in the mountains, they meet at the Valley of Elah, but the problem is if either of them goes to attack the other one, they have to go down into the valley and then up the other side, which makes them extremely vulnerable.
Was this the Valley of Death? You know, like in the Psalms, he's like, even though I walk through the Valley of Death. He mentions that. Could it be that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm
think
failing.
it's just a metaphor for...
Yeah, I know, but maybe it was... whatever.
Anyways, so what happens is... They're stalemated there for a long time. They're both on opposite ridges, just staring at each other, not knowing what to do. And twice a day for 40 days.
Always 40 days.
It always was 40 days, these guys. If you didn't do something for 40 days in the Bible,
you didn't do it.
You didn't do it right. Yeah. So twice a day for 40 days, morning and evening, Goliath, the champion of the Philistines, comes out between the lines and challenges the Israelites to send out a champion of their own to decide the outcome in single combat. Now, single combat is this tradition in ancient warfare where instead of sending whole armies against each other, you send one champion.
Which, from a utilitarian perspective, is a better idea because it results in much less death.
Yeah. Yeah, one would hope, that people will be able to do it this way. And hey, here's what I'm saying. You want to send people out in single combat, send out the kings. Maybe get less wars that way too.
Fight your own damn wars.
Exactly. Yeah, you push a few generals out to the front line. All of a sudden, much fewer wars. So yeah, he challenges the Israelites. Goliath is referred to in manuscripts as 4 cubits and a span, which is 6 feet 9 inches tall, or 2.06 meters for those of you.
Like that as a way of describing someone being tall. I feel like you should describe Tavish as 4 cubits and a span.
He's cubits. He's about half a cubit now, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, well, what is this in furlongs? What is it in leagues? I get this in, I don't know. There's just like all these weird measurements.
Next time you walk past someone who exclaims that Tavish is large, I just hope they go, well, that kid's 4 cubits and a span.
You know what I mean? Anyways, this guy's 6'9". He's huge. Even by today's standards, he's big. But biblical standards,
in those times, it's like, people were generally smaller.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So David, according to the Bible, and I don't fully understand this because according to other things, David's already in Saul's service, so he would probably be there.
Right. Oh wait, are you saying that this account is inconsistent? Within itself? I don't think I believe you. I know that the Bible is very accurate. So,
listen, everything's been checked and double checked, so it's all pretty solid.
It doesn't need to be. It all came from God, right?
Yeah, right. I should also say that Saul is afraid, and all the Israelites are afraid. They're all afraid to face Goliath. But according to the Bible, David is sent by his father to bring provisions to his brothers who are serving in Saul's army. And he looks at Goliath and he's like, oh, I can take him. I can take him. And they're like, you're a boy. And he's like, no, I'm fine. And he's like, but really, you're a little kid. And he's like, no, here's what I do. I protect my father sheep from lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah.
And so I can defeat Goliath. I'm skilled at this. I can stop him. And they're like, no, whatever, kid. I don't know why. Because also, if like this is single combat and this is going to determine who wins the battle. If a little kid comes up and says like, I'm going to do it, why would you let the little kid go and do this?
Right.
Because
yeah.
presumably
it's a
this is
terrible idea.
deciding the battle.
Yeah.
Right. And
Not
so
only is a kid going to die, but also
we're going to lose the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we couldn't find one guy who we could force to go out there and do this. So David says he can defeat Goliath. Saul gives him a bunch of armor. David refuses it. And instead he goes to the river and he picks up 5 smooth stones. David goes down into the valley and he confronts Goliath. And the Philistine curses him.
What kind of curses?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't really say explicitly.
No. Is it like, if you kill me, you'll end up killing thousands more people?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, dude.
Oh, yeah. So David just goes down. He has a sling and he has his shepherd's crook, right?
Okay. And the sling is not a slingshot.
It's not a slingshot. So a sling is 2 long leather straps with like a little pouch in between it. So it's a pouch with two long straps attached. And what it is you put a rock in the pouch and then you swing it around. And then when you release it, it's going like several hundred miles an hour. Actually, I was listening to this TED Talk by Malcolm Gladwell about the David and Goliath story. And he was saying that like he actually like examined like the velocity that you would reach with a sling. And he's like, oh, the rocks in this area are of a particular density. They're denser than normal rocks.
Oh, wow.
So he said, like, if you hit somebody with a sling, as spoiler alert, David kills Goliath, right? So if you were to hit somebody with a rock thrown with a sling, it's a very accurate and deadly weapon in combat. And a lot of people think of it as like a slingshot, like a child's toy.
Right.
Which is not what it is. It's like, this is a very accurate and deadly weapon, and it has the stopping power of like a 45 caliber bullet.
Wow.
So it is an incredibly deadly and can be an accurate in a skilled hand, which David is. It can be a very deadly weapon. Yeah. So David comes down with his shepherd's staff and his sling and his 5 rocks, and Goliath says, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" And
which is great because like if a dog wanted to kill you, you probably wouldn't be able to just throw a stick and it would be like, oh, a stick.
Yeah. And it says, the Philistine cursed David by his gods. "Come here," he said, "and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the fields." So, Goliath is standing there. David, not far away.
Pretty sick trash talk, to be fair.
It is pretty great. Yeah. He puts the rock in the sling. He flings it at Goliath. He hits him between the eyes. Goliath collapses, either dead or stunned. David goes over to his body, takes Goliath's own sword, and cuts his head off.
Nice. How old is he meant to be at this point?
10? I don't know.
Jesus.
He's really young. He's meant to be very young at this point.
Oh my god.
I don't think it says exactly how old he is.
Okay. Well, then, to be fair, anything that follows from that... I feel like killing someone must be really traumatizing if you're not already, like, hardened.
Right.
And so, like, that, like, cutting off a guy's head, it just seems like he must be, from this point, very disturbed. And so... Like, I'm not defending anything that he does subsequently, but I feel like it's very clear, where that comes from. There is a lot of darkness there.
Yeah, I suppose so. But, I don't know, whatever. He's chosen by God. I don't
know. I eat meat occasionally, but like when I have to chop up raw chicken, sometimes I have like bad dreams about it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Like, so, and like that's something that's already dead. I feel like that kind of gruesome, like if he killed him just with the sling, that would be like a bit separated, but like cutting off someone's head, especially when you're 10, like that would have been a messy business.
Yeah, I suppose so. I see that. Yeah, I can see why you would say like this would be traumatizing, and he would from then on be not a great guy. But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the standards of traumatization of living in 1000 BC is compared to now. Because like I'll say when Tavish's umbilical cord fell off, there was like he has a little, it's like the umbilical cord just dries up and falls off, and it fell off.
But there's a little bit of flaky grossness around his belly button for a bit.
Well, no, what happened is that he had like a little gauze on there,
right? And
then it seemed fine, and then one day I was changing him, and like all of a sudden like out of his belly button welled up a ton of blood and pus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and sometimes I still think about it, and it really disturbs me. And so, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, and I was just like, I can't imagine, like, butchering somebody.
Yeah.
Like, killing somebody, because, like, that really upset me. And I don't know if it was just because I was really traumatized because I didn't know if it was my baby that was something wrong, or if, like, so, I don't know. I guess, I don't know if I killed somebody. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Oh my God. And it's going to be me. I just know it.
Well, not if you keep doing the podcast.
Oh my God. This is help if anyone's listening, which they're not.
Oh,
this is
what
the
a
evidence.
shame.
Oh God. This is what a shame no
even,
one listens.
I don't even release these episodes. No one can ever hear you.
Oh my God.
So, okay. So, having seen Goliath murdered, the Philistines run in fear. So, as pretentious as this next sentence is going to be, I will say the Malcolm Gladwell TED Talk was very interesting. So he talked about how, you know, the story of David and Goliath, and how we think of this as David is this great underdog, and Goliath is like this unbeatable thing, and then people are like, oh, he came in and he defeated him. And his point is like, actually, no, David is really skilled at what he does.
Yeah.
And he fights. Everybody was like, oh, this will be hand-to-hand combat, which Goliath would probably beat anybody hand-to-hand combat if you get close to him. But David was like, oh, I'm not going to get close to you. I'm just going to kill you with this sling from afar. And you have to imagine all the Israelites were like, I didn't really think of that. That was dumb. Could have just done that. Could have probably done it from up here on the hill.
Months ago.
Yeah. We wasted 40 days listening to this guy talk shit. So yeah, it's really dumb. And then the Philistines, you have to be. They like run in fear. I don't know. I guess because like, well, this is what their 10-year-olds are doing. We're fucked. But at the same time, you might be like, oh well, he kind of cheated there. Well,
yeah.
But he talks about how like David was very skilled at this, and the thing is like Goliath is potentially very limited. And there's been a lot of like like medical professionals kind of like looking into what. So like Goliath is really big even for his size.
Yeah.
For the time, especially for the time. But they said that what he probably had was from the biblical accounts, what they've decided is that he had probably something called acromegalia.
Right.
And acromegalia is it's basically a disorder that causes excessive human growth hormone, to go through the body. And so you'll continue to grow all through your life. And so people who are often giants, like the tallest man in the world, whose name escapes me.
They have a lot of medical problems.
They have a ton of medical problems, right? You're very big, your skin gets really thick, your voice gets deeper, your brow becomes very pronounced, your teeth kind of start to separate, just because it's just like your body's not meant to grow, because it has no room to grow, so it kind of starts to collapse on itself. And then also I think it becomes difficult to do things like walk. You start to lose feeling in like your feet because the impulse just can't get to your brain. Things like that. So they're saying like, probably Goliath had this thing. And one of the things that they say is, it causes bad eyesight because as it pushes on the pituitary gland, it also pushes on optic nerves, and often people with this have bad eyesight. And there's a line in the Bible that said he was led into the valley by his shield bearer.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's like he can't...
So he wasn't this, like, undefeatable, terrifying figure. He was actually, like, quite vulnerable.
Yeah, he was extremely vulnerable. And basically, and he says, like, come here that I can destroy you or something like that. Because basically that was the only option he had, was if somebody was right in front of him, he could attack them and hurt them. Because he just, by virtue of his giant size, And also they say that, because of the bad eyesight, he says to David, what do you come at me with sticks?
Yeah.
And they're saying, David only had one stick.
The sling. Yeah.
But he only had one stick, so he probably had double vision, which is one of the red things. So Goliath probably not that formidable of a foe in the end.
Yeah.
But he looked really impressive from when you're up on a hill, I guess.
And when you're 10, you still killed a huge guy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's impressive for a 10-year-old. But like, I guess for the Israelites. Up on the hill, he looks very impressive because he's a giant guy.
They can't see everything that's wrong with him from that far away.
Yeah. And he's covered in this armor, and he's got the swords and stuff. Another thing is that according to 2 Samuel, Goliath was killed by a different guy.
What?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So 2 Samuel verses 21 through 19. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Do you mean 2 Samuel 19:21 or something?
Something like that. I don't know. Somewhere in 2 Samuel. It tells how Goliath was killed by Ihanan, the son of Zizabethamite. I don't know. Scholars believe that the original killer of Goliath was Elhanan, and the later authors changed the text to credit the victory to the more famous character of David.
So you're saying even within the Bible there are two conflicting accounts of something, and therefore it's not a reliable historical document. Interesting.
So some people justify this by saying that actually this other guy killed the brother of Goliath, but maybe not. So it's dumb. Anyway, so it's like this is the thing that David is credited with doing. He probably didn't. But yeah, so David kills Goliath. He becomes a celebrity. He's out of shit. The whole army like rejoices. The war with the Philistines are over. They fled.
Which my theory about him being all traumatized, this is classic child star stuff now. He's become a celebrity, can't handle it at age 10.
Yeah, he's got no frame of reference for this. He's like yesterday he was in a field full of sheep. Today he's like the head of an army. What? So. But defeating Goliath marked the beginning of David's new life as a warrior.
I knew it. It's a slippery slope. You kill one guy and cut their head off.
Yep. They're like, we'll just go cut everybody's head off. Great. Yeah. Good job. Oh, actually, I meant to bring this up. So, do you know the statue of David?
The one with the Michelangelo.
Yeah, the Michelangelo's David. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Number one, there's very fascinating information about, like...
Are you trying to say that you did much more research for this than I did for any of my things?
This isn't research about this. I completely forgot about this until this
okay.
Actually. I'm just very well educated.
Very cultured, yeah.
I have a wide breadth of knowledge. So anyways, I was reading this article about David, the statue of David, which is like the feet are very weak because it's not a really good piece of marble. It turns out that it was kind of a poor quality piece of marble, and so...
That's what he deserved.
Yeah, it's like, it potentially, if it shifts even a little bit, it'll just snap at the ankles and fall and shatter. So...
Would it make more sense to make a statue of Achilles then, am I right?
Hey... Anyways, so... But a lot of people comment on how small David's penis is. Because if you have ever seen the statue, but his penis is kind of small. Mm-hmm. And apparently there is, if you view the statue from above.
I think I know what you're going to say, but do carry on.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
It's forced perspective. It's huge.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
No, it's if you view the statue. So the statue is... The statue of David is David. He has the sling. He's totally naked. He has the sling on his shoulder, and he's looking upward. And the idea is he is about to face Goliath in battle, and he's looking up at Goliath. So if you look at it,
why is he naked then?
Oh, I think this.
I guess it's like maybe it's symbolic of the fact he wasn't wearing any armor, but like he presumably was wearing clothes.
Yeah, I mean probably had a loincloth or some shit on. Yeah,
well, because otherwise, like Goliath, are you saying that the penis looks really small because you're meant to be Goliath and you have bad eyesight?
No.
But yeah, like if he was naked, then surely Goliath's trash talk would have referenced that as well.
Yeah.
Like, who is this like bare 10-year-old? Like,
well, there's not. I mean, all the trash talk isn't chronicled in the Bible. It just says like he cursed them, and then
right.
It's like, I see. Yeah, it's like expletive deleted. It's like the Watergate tape. So no, what it is if you look at it from above, you can see that he is frightened. You can see that he has worry in his eyes, and that is why his penis is so small.
Right, of course.
Because I don't know if you know this about penises. Again, this is definitely going to be a bit of mansplaining. But
I've probably seen more of them than you have, to be fair.
Well, yeah, okay.
How many have you seen? Like yours, your sons, and your dad's, I assume. Did you go to a mixed high school or an all boys school?
I'm not going to. I don't want to. Yeah, you're right. All right.
I've probably seen more penises than you.
Right, I get it. You get a lot of dick. I get it. All right, so no, So the
that
thing is
qualifies why I am, in fact, a legend. Carry on.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, when men are scared, when adrenaline goes through the body, it causes the penis to retract as so that it doesn't get injured because it knows that's a fight response for the body. Anyways. So that's why it's like that. That's all. I always thought that was a fun bit of trivia about.
That is a good bit of trivia. I mean, very weird that Michelangelo was thinking about what David's cock was doing when David was a 10-year-old boy in a fight with a giant, but...
I think the David of the statue of David is at least a
man.
teenage boy, or
God.
It's a young man. Well, let's say the teenage is a young man in the statue, and I think that Michelangelo was very interested in what penises were doing, because I think that was kind of his general choice.
Are you contributing to the narrative that gay men are interested in younger boys? That is homophobic.
No. I'm saying that I'm not saying
specifically
that,
Michelangelo.
I'm saying he's a young man.
Okay.
I'm not a teenage boy, but if you look at Michelangelo's artwork, it's clear that he is. It's not that Michelangelo was gay. That is a thing that is I think fairly well thought of.
Okay.
Or established as that guy was probably gay or somewhere on the queer spectrum. And it doesn't matter. Anyway, so cut all this out. So, but if you
I'm enjoying this struggle.
If you look at a lot of Michelangelo's artwork, it becomes clear that he isn't super interested in female anatomy, because if you look at his female figures, they look strangely like men with tits pasted on them. They're very odd.
Yeah.
You look at some of the women in some of the stuff in the Sistine Chapel. If you look at stuff like
sorry, Matthew, the sexy teen chapel. I knew you were a Rogan.
Oh my God. All right, well, the podcast is all canceled now. Thanks, everybody. By nobody,
we've cancelled you.
No, the Sistine Chapel, you can his depictions of women's forms are very weird, and you're like, what does he think a naked woman looks like? It's
right,
it's literally he's never seen one. So I don't know why. Right?
So is our trip, our Saint Mythbehavin road trip around the world tour, it's going to take in Italy?
Yeah.
It was going to anyway because of St. Mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're doing a live show in the Sistine Chapel, guys. Look for tickets on that. Look for tickets for that soon. So, defeating Goliath marked David's beginning of his life as a warrior. Wherever Saul sent David, God went with him, and he was successful. The more successful David became, the more responsibility Saul gave him. But then people started to see David as greater than Saul. After the Israelites defeated the Philistines, women danced and sang, Saul has slain his thousands, David his tens of thousands, right?
Right.
Okay, so this made Saul feel threatened by David. Mm-hmm. And as David's fame as a warrior grew, Saul feared him more and more. So it's basically at some point Saul's like, well, the only thing left for this guy is to be king, and I'm the king. Mm-hmm. And funny thing about when you're king is you don't want anybody else to be king. And sometimes you're a real dick about it.
Yeah. Also, though, Saul's basically, he's created a monster.
Right.
It's a monster of his own creation.
And presumably Saul knows for a fact that God is angry at him. And so some of us only suspect it. But Saul has some pretty solid evidence.
Yeah.
So David is hanging around. He falls in love with Michal. Okay. So Saul's daughter Michal falls in love with David, and they tell Saul about it. And he says,
wouldn't that be a way to, if he becomes the next in line, then maybe that will make him feel less threatened.
Maybe, but that's not what Saul thinks.
Oh.
But Saul is pleased to hear that they
are... So he can be happy for his daughter, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, you know what? I was angry at you before, but my daughter loves you, so you know what? You're all right in my book. Now, Saul is pleased about it. He says, I will give her to him so that she may snare him, and so that she will snare him, basically, in this trap. So what he says is, he orders his attendants to speak to David privately and say, look, the king likes you, his attendants all love you, now become his son-in-law. But David did not think that he could become the king's son-in-law because he was so poor, possibly, or whatever. Not, or not,
Yeah.
Maybe he's not poor. But he's like, I'm not royal, I can't become the son-in-law. And so the Saul's servants told him that, and Saul said, King wants no other price for his bride than 100 Philistine foreskins to take revenge on his enemies. Right.
What a fucking weird... poor Michal, right?
Yeah.
It's it's a horrible system anyway, this whole dowry thing. But, be like, oh, this is what my daughter's worth to me. A pile of foreskins.
Right. Well, he's like, I don't want material wealth. I want revenge on my enemies, right?
Sure, the material itself is disgusting. It's
disgusting, yeah. It is also a weird thing, because you could just be like, bring me... kill 100 Philistines or whatever. I don't know. I guess it's like...
Yeah, or their scalps. That'd be a slightly more normal... thing to bring. Like, I don't know.
Would that
I mean,
be more
it's
horrible?
all gross.
I think I saw where there were accounts where it was like just 100 Philistine heads, but in the Bible it's
Okay.
foreskin.
I mean, to be fair, foreskins are a lot lighter than heads are really fucking heavy.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's just like, I don't need the whole. It's like, just bring me, I don't know, bring me a toe, bring me 100 Philistine toes. Actually, but see,
Then you'd only have to kill 10 first.
Yeah, that's right. Or he could, or even like, I mean, generously, he only had to kill 50. Like, bring me the big toe. You kill 50,
okay.
you get 2 big toes. So yeah, I guess it's really like, one foreskin. But then again, it's just like, why can't I just bring you some strips of skin? And how do you know it's foreskin? It's a whole thing. And also, like, so not only do you have to kill these guys, you got to go butcher their dicks.
Yeah.
It's like, it is, the whole thing is just very questionable. It's like, why do you want this? The whole thing is,
I have a craft project that I'm doing.
yeah. You know what I was like? I bet foreskin is really soft. So I want some like shoes made out of foreskin leather. So that'd be really nice.
I'm a king. That's just, that's what I deserve.
That's what I want.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, it's gross. Actually, I had an idea the other day. I was like, I wonder if you could make how bees, like big bumblebees, are really furry. I was like, I wonder if you could make a bee skin coat out of like 1,000.
You're a bad vegetarian.
I'm not gonna eat a bee. I'm not gonna wear a bee skin coat. I'm just asking. I wondered if it could be done. But anyways, so the whole point of this is Saul's like, I'll send him after the Philistines. I'll make him get these foreskins. This will definitely get him killed.
Right.
Right. So if I just ask for this, he'll die and then I don't have to worry about him. So when the attendants told David these things, he was like, oh, cool. This is easy enough. I'll do this. This is great. He's like, this is awesome. I'll just be the king's son-in-law. Yeah, I'll just go to. So before a lot of time elapsed, David took his men with him and went out and killed 200 Philistines and brought back their foreskins.
Wow. Going above and beyond. The extra mile.
Yeah, they counted out the full number to the king.
Oh my God.
So this is also like, I brought this big sack of foreskins to you. I'm just going to drop this right in front of your throne, and I'm just going to spread them out on the floor here. We're just going to count them out like pennies. Ugh.
Jesus.
It's too bad they didn't have like a coin star, but for foreskins, like foreskin star, they could put all the foreskins in and count them for you. It's pretty gross. Yeah, this is one of the grosser.
Did he wash them, or were they all like covered in blood?
I'm guessing they didn't get washed all that well.
So he basically just made a mess in the throne room.
Let me answer your question with another question. What level of washing would make foreskins not totally gross, especially in a massive sack of them?
Well, I guess just get the blood off.
Yeah, that's something, I guess.
If you're going to make shoes out of them anyway, gotta clean them first.
It was like, what are you going to do with them? That's my business. You don't worry about that. You just get them.
Oh my God.
I think he's going to eat them.
Oh my God, I was about to suggest that, but it was too gross, so I didn't.
Really? Yeah, anyways. So Saul had to relent, and he gave his daughter's hand in marriage to David. So...
I gotta hand it to you. You did get those foreskins. I didn't think you'd do it, but you got double.
I mean, if you're Michal, then like that has to be a little weird.
Worrying.
I don't know.
Like,
yeah.
It's just, you're definitely good enough for my daughter because you killed double the number of people I asked you, and that's a totally normal thing to do.
I mean, if you're that woman, is that flattering to you?
There are 200 red flags, and by red flags, I mean bloody foreskins.
Bloody foreskins. Yeah, because at some point, like after he's like just 100, and then you brought back 200. Like, I don't think this was about me at all. I don't think this is... I don't know about this. It's like Silence of the Lambs. He's making like a human suit out of them.
It's going to be her wedding dress. Her veil is going to be made of foreskin.
All right, that actually nauseated me. Now I'm nauseous.
Well, you're the one that brought up Silence. Hey, you're the one that chose this story to begin with. If you're going to play with fire, you're going to get burned. And if you want to play with foreskins, you're going to get grossed out.
Speaking of things made out of weird, gross, small things, remember that shit made out of toenails? In the Ragnarok episode?
We didn't know how good we had it back then.
So here's what: would you rather sail on a ship made out of foreskin?
Oh no! Or get married in a veil made of foreskins.
Toenails. Oh yeah.
Hey, if you're listening, Matthew, and all our other listeners, Matthew, vote in our poll.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we should totally do that on the QED Twitter.
Yeah. No, that would be too weird. People would be like, "Are you guys okay?" I just get a bunch
maybe
of
not the best advertisement for.
Hey, Matt, I think your Twitter got hacked.
Be like, oh shit, yeah, totally. We gotta change all our security settings. It definitely wasn't us.
You ever had somebody's like post something so weird, you send them a message like, hey, I think your account got hacked, and they're like, no, I did that.
I saw actually yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, I don't know if we should name them, but a comedian posted an anti-vax, like anti-coronavirus vaccination post, but then they deleted it afterwards. So I guess they probably got like so much shit for it. But yeah, it was really dumb. It was like this whole rant, and then it was like copy and paste it from a friend, and it's like I was gonna go on and be like copy and paste it from a friend. That sums it up, doesn't it? Because you have not put any thought into this at all.
No, yeah.
But yeah, but maybe she thought better of it. Anyway,
it's hard to. Somebody posted something about like that was like this weird anti-vaxxer thing, but I thought they were posting it like, but they also posted it with like the smiling face emoji and then the gun to the head emoji.
Oh, okay.
And then I was just like, so are you posting this because you think it's stupid, or are you posting it because you think vaccines are stupid? I couldn't really understand what they were doing, what their point was, and I was like, I'm just gonna scroll past this.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
So
we
Saul,
were talking about foreskins.
Right, we've been on with that. So they get married. So now David is Saul's son-in-law. And Saul realizes the Lord is with David, and he became even more afraid of him and remained in the name for the rest of his days. So Saul plots his death, but Saul's son Jonathan, who loves David.
Bro-in-law.
Yeah, he likes David more than his dad, I guess. Warns him of his father's scheme, and David flees. He flees to a bunch of places that, I mean, there was like just a whole litany of places he fled to that were just a bunch of names that I was going to fucking mispronounce anyways, and they didn't really matter, so...
Just skip them. Can I just say it's interesting that, you know, earlier you complained about your father-in-law. It's like, but at least he hasn't, as far as I know, tried to kill you.
No, well, I don't know. He's a bad driver, but yeah. He's been alright.
But then he would. But if he's a bad driver, then if he killed you, he'd be, you know, taking you with him.
Yeah, it might be worth it to him. We'll see. But anyways, so he just flees all over the place. Eventually, while returning from battle with the Philistines, Saul heads to Gedi. See, this. I only saved one name place and I fucked it up. Saul heads to En Gedi in pursuit of.
Is that Armageddon?
No.
Oh no, that's Megiddo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just sounded kind of similar.
Maybe.
You pronounced it so badly, I thought you were talking about Megiddo. There you go.
All right. In Megiddo, there's Mama crying. So
now he's always singing.
So he's returning from battle. So he's like, I got done with this battle. Now to get back to my real passion, tracking down David and murdering him. So he's in pursuit of David. So he enters a cave where it happens that David and his supporters are hiding.
Oh.
To, quote,
that was a lucky... I mean, there are a lot of caves, right? So that was a real lucky guess.
Yeah. But he's not trying to find David. He stops in this cave to, quote, attend to his needs.
Oh, so he goes in there for a crafty wank.
Yeah.
Cave wank.
Secret cave wank. No. I think it means he's in there peeing, right?
Oh, okay.
Which, you're the king. You don't want everybody to see you pee.
Yeah.
So David realizes this is an opportunity to kill Saul, but that's not his intention. And what he does is he secretly cuts off a corner of Saul's robe. Okay? He just wants him to look silly.
Mind games.
Yeah.
Because Saul's going to find that and be like, oh, David was there.
Yeah, no. So what happens is Saul comes out of the cave.
So does he pee in the cave not realizing that David's there?
Yeah.
Right,
I guess it's kind of a big cave. I don't know. It's a dark cave. I don't know. Like,
very, very
here's
weird.
the thing. King Saul is a shy pooper, okay? And so he's like, I got to go in this cave. Nobody can see me. It has to be totally dark. So Saul comes out of the cave, and he's like, okay, I'm done with that. We can go find David. And then David pops out of the cave behind him with pee on his feet.
I got your cloak.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, by the way, I was in that cave the whole time. I saw your penis. Nice, by the way. Just straight up compliment there. Just like, good work, man. I just wanted to let you know I could have murdered you, but instead I didn't. And I can prove that I could have murdered you because I cut this piece off your clothes and you didn't even realize. Yeah, so, hey, So basically he's like, look, I don't want to kill you. I like you. I don't want... You know what? I love your daughter. I like you. Let's just forget about this. I have no ill will towards you. I don't want to steal your throne.
Yeah.
I could have taken it right then, but I don't want it.
Because we know of him as King David.
Right, well...
So I think he's lying.
Well, I mean, he doesn't want to kill Saul for his throne. I think he's just like, I'm willing to just wait for you to die. It's kind of very sweet. He's just like, hey man, I'm totally totally willing to wait for you to just die of old age. It's fine with me. Either way, I get to become king. It's fine.
Yeah. And, I love murder. So the fact that I wouldn't murder you
I know, right?
just wait, like, that's a big deal, man.
I mean, you know how much I love murder? I mean, every time I put on a coat, I find some more foreskins in the pockets. It's insane. It's nuts. I just love murder so much. It's just crazy. So he says, I have no malice towards Saul. And so the two are reconciled, and Saul recognizes David as his successor. So Saul's like, all right, you got me. Also, thank you for that compliment about my penis.
That's the real reason I've forgiven you.
Yeah. So eventually Saul dies, and David becomes king. Okay. And by all accounts, he's a pretty good king as far as being a king goes.
Apart from genocide?
Yeah, but not genocide.
But when you say by all accounts, you mean specifically, he does a lot of genocide, and that's what the people want.
Yeah, exactly. And by the accounts, I mean the accounts of the polished history that ended up in the Bible of people trying to, burnish his reputation for.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's king, right? Great. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they all lived murderously ever after.
Pretty much. So one night, while walking along the roof of his palace, I guess just daring himself to jump, he's like, "You fucking coward! You're not gonna fucking do it. You just jump. I'm just gonna jump. That'll show them all."
Oh, he sees a lady.
He sees a lady. So David sees a very beautiful woman bathing. He orders.
This is also in the Leonard Cohen song.
This is in the Leonard. Yes. Again, you're so cool, Anna. My God. Hey, Anna, name another Leonard Cohen song.
I do not know one.
Okay, then there we go.
I only heard the Leonard Cohen Hallelujah. Originally I heard it in Shrek, so whatever. I'm not trying to say I'm cool. It's in Shrek.
My God, that's worse than the version
No, they didn't do a cover. I think they just play it.
They just play it. I was gonna say that's worse than I forget. I think it's a cover, but it's in Watchmen during the most ridiculous sex scene. Not ridiculous in a fun way, ridiculous in what the fuck, dude. What are you even trying to accomplish here? It's so dumb. Anyways, so
I wasn't trying to be cool. I was being self-deprecating because
I know. It's
my
fine.
main knowledge of theology doesn't in fact come from my degree. It comes from random glimpses of things in culture because I'm in fact an idiot. Yeah. That was the vibe. But carry on.
I get it. I don't know. I forgot about that Leonard Cohen song actually until you mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to re-listen to that now that I've done all this David research.
Yeah, you should have.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Kyle Baker, who wrote a graphic novel called King David, which I read years ago. That's really good, and a lot of this information, I was doing the research, and I was like, wait, wasn't there something about foreskins? And I was like, and so then I had to Google King David foreskin.
Oh God,
because it wasn't in the Wikipedia page for some reason. So I
that Wikipedia page was written by Christians, clearly.
Yeah, they were like, they kept trying to write foreskins, and they were like, oh no. Anyways, so he orders inquiries to find out who she was, and found out that she is Bathsheba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can remember that she was the one bathing because Bath is in her name.
And I believe that's the same in Hebrew.
Yeah, it's the same in both. Yeah, that's why it's called a bath. It's named.
Yeah,
after
I was about
Bathsheba.
to say maybe that's why it's called a bath.
I wonder if that's true. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Someday we'll find out. When we do that, Ain't Mythbehavin on baths.
The legend of baths.
Tune into our plumbing podcast, Plum Misbehavin'. I don't know. Anyway,
that was terrible.
That was the worst one yet. So it turns out that she's the wife of Uriah, who's one of King David's soldiers. He desires her and later made her pregnant. There's a lot of information in that and. He desires her.
Just a side note.
And she became pregnant. Wait, what happened there?
His mind is so powerful that he can just desire someone and then suddenly they're pregnant.
That's how it is in the
works.
King. Also, it should be noted the text of the Bible does not explicitly state whether Bathsheba consented to sex.
Right.
So
let's assume not.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably not. Well, even if she said yes, there's a huge power imbalance between a lady taking a bath and the fucking king.
Yeah.
So she's pregnant. In an effort to conceal his sin, David summons Uriah from the army where he was out on a campaign, right? So Uriah's off in battle, and David summons him in the hope that Uriah would have sex with her and think that the child belonged to him. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So he's like, shit. I fucked up. All right, wait, here's what I'll do.
I'll order him to have sex. Well, that won't look suspicious at all.
No, he's just like, hey, all right, you've been doing such a great job. Hey, why don't you have a couple days back home? All right, great job. Which must be weird for everybody. I don't know. Just like, does he get singled out, or does everybody in his like regiment get to come home?
You all get a sex holiday.
Yeah, time for
that
a
would have
holiday.
covered his tracks better if he hadn't just summoned Uriah, but like, yeah, the whole regiment.
Yeah. It doesn't really say. It just says that Uriah was unwilling to violate the ancient kingdom rule applying to warriors in active service. So rather than go home to his own bed, he preferred to remain in the with the palace troop. So his thing is like, oh no, I'm a soldier. I am still at war. The army's still at war. I can't go home because this isn't over. Ugh. So
I like this guy. I mean, like, war aside, like, he's just trying to do right by the life he was given, and he was just doing his job.
Yeah, he's
honorable.
He's like, I made promises that I'm keeping.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody else is. After repeated efforts to convince Uriah to have sex with Bathsheba. Which, God. I read that and I was like,
very suspicious.
I want to see the comedic farce that is David trying to get Uriah laid from his own wife.
We should write this screenplay or sitcom.
I think this is ripe with hilarity because I just
why has no one made? I mean, I guess like Life of Brian covered a bit of it, but why has no one just done a sitcom of the Bible? The episodes would almost write themselves. You don't have to have any ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe we should do that.
You're flowing through characters quite a bit. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would be more of a sketch show than a sitcom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just love the idea that he's just like, hey, your wife looks pretty hot today, huh? And he's like, why are you talking to me, King? Like, this is so weird. The King's always hanging out with me, always talking about how hot my wife is and how I should probably go and have sex with her. And he's always playing sexy music around me when I'm hanging out with my wife. It's weird. After multiple efforts, the king gave the order to his general Joab that Uriah should be placed on the front lines of the battle where Uriah was likely to die. Yeah. And that he should actually, not only that he should be on the front lines, is that when he is out fighting, that Joab should retreat the troops around him. So basically leave him out on the front lines by himself. Wow. So he'll just be killed.
Oh my God.
Also, David had Uriah carry the message that led to his death himself.
Right.
So Uriah's like, hey, I have this really important message for my general. Can you just take it for me? Thanks.
Yeah.
Don't read it. You have to promise me you won't read it. Also, promise me you'll fuck your wife. Promise me.
Well, he doesn't have to at this point, right? He's just getting rid of him.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, actually, at this point, don't bother.
You had your chance. You could have had one last night of passion. Now you're going to die.
Just like, Uriah's like, oh, you want me to take that? That's a shame. I was going to cancel date night with my wife. And it's like, well, it's a little late now, isn't it? Why are you so angry, King? It doesn't matter. Just take the fucking message. Anyways.
So David is a real piece of shit.
Oh, he's a super piece of shit. I mean, he's a king. What are you going to do? He's a fucking king. Guess what? Spoiler alert. They're all fucking pieces of shit. So after Uriah is killed, David marries Bathsheba. So happy ending?
Wait, but he was already married to the other lady.
Yeah, I guess he has multiple wives.
So why was it if you're going to just do that, just then don't kill the guy. Just shame him. Like, at least he still gets like, if you're the king and you can do what you want, why are you even panicking about people finding out you've impregnated this person?
A lot of it doesn't make sense.
None of it makes sense.
Because there's senseless. There's Michal.
Michal?
There's Michal, and then there's reference to other wives that he had, I think, in between.
Oh, great, okay.
Bathsheba. I think Bathsheba is his last wife, but...
Right.
And there's references to consorts and things like that, so we'll get back to it. So David's actions displeased the Lord, so...
Well, it's good to know the Lord has some standards, then.
The Lord was like, what? This is not why you're king. Come on, man. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Who sent Nathan the prophet to reprove the king. So after relating the parable of the rich man who took away the one little ewe lamb of his poor neighbor... and exciting.
Any ideas what this could be referring to, Dave?
Yeah, so it's like, so the story is he's like, oh, there was this rich man and he had this huge flock of sheep, and he comes across this poor man with just one little ewe that he loves all with his whole heart, and he's
oh my God,
and then
this really hammers home what a piece of shit David is,
and he steals the ewe, and David's like, this man should be
punished.
Yeah, this rich man is evil and he should be punished, and he should be tenfold retribution.
Yeah.
And Nathan's like, that's you. You're that guy. You're the rich man. That's what you did. Do you see what you did? This is you. And David's like, oh.
Oh, you got me.
Wow. When you put it in terms I understand, like livestock, something I respect.
Unlike women. Yeah.
I get it now. Yeah.
Oh, because he was a shepherd.
Yeah.
That is pretty smart of Nathan.
Yeah, there you go. He understands things in shepherding terms. It was so annoying to have to talk to David because you all had to put things in sheep terms.
So do you think when Saul was ordering the foreskins, he was like, you know the sheep fleece around your penis? I want those.
Yeah.
He's like, what's a foreskin? I need you to shear the men, okay? The man lambs?
So you want their pubes? No. I want you to shear. Okay, this is complicated. I can see that this might not work in sheep terms.
Wait, but some sheep have dicks, so maybe like.
You think people are circumcising sheep?
Well, maybe. I'm saying is David probably was familiar with sheep penises.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he was. Yeah. I mean, we all are, but
So like a sheep penis, but on a man. You understand, David?
Yeah. So when he was put in this context of the story, he confessed his sin and expressed his sincere repent. But Nathan said that he would still be punished by God, and Bathsheba's
said I was sorry.
That is, Uriah is still dead. But oh well. But so Bathsheba's first child by David was struck by a severe illness and died.
Oh, what for fuck's sake, God! That's not how you punish someone by punishing their child and the woman that they've presumably captured.
Yeah, it does feel like I'm angry. God's like, I'm angry at you.
Yeah.
But if I
so
kill
I'm gonna hurt a baby.
You don't learn your lesson. So I guess I'll kill someone innocent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories that are like that. That are like, you need to learn a lesson. So I guess this guy dies.
Yeah.
this tangential person. Like no. Just cut out the middleman here. I guess the point is like God really wants you to learn a lesson.
Why couldn't he just send an evil demon again?
Yeah.
I guess he'd already tried that.
That didn't work. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, kill a baby? Oh.
Look, I have no choice here. You've left me with no other resort.
Yeah,
I'm just going to have to kill a baby.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I feel like Yahweh just wanted to do that. It's like, I don't want to do this.
This isn't me. This is you. You did this. I didn't do this.
Yes, I did slay all the firstborn babies in Egypt. Okay, I've got precedent, but I don't love it. But I do love it a bit. I hate it. I love it.
I love it. It's fun. It's good fun. You know what's great about killing a baby? It's so easy. It's like...
Especially when you're all powerful.
Yeah.
What do I do? Shall I drown it? Shall I send it a disease? Shall I, do a... Well, I said drown. I was going to say do a flood. But you know what I mean. Like, he's got so many options as God.
It's great, yeah. And the thing about killing babies is like eating potato chips. You can't just stop at one.
And as you know, we at QED Comedy Lab / Saint Mythbehavin / Ain't Mythbehaving. We believe that killing babies is wrong.
Yeah, we want to do again. We are a very anti-murder podcast. Just having a bit of fun here, folks.
Fun with the Lord.
Yeah. So Nathan also noted that David's house would be punished for Uriah's murder. So in the Talmud, David's adultery with Bathsheba is interpreted as an opportunity to demonstrate the power of repentance. Right?
Yeah.
And the Talmud states that it was not adultery at all, quoting a Jewish practice of divorce on the eve of battle. So I guess this practice is like, if you're about to go into battle, you can fuck whoever you want, man.
I mean, also, right, okay, hear me out. Is it adultery if she doesn't consent?
That is also a good point.
It's not adultery, just rape.
This
so
might
it's
be
different.
a very one-sided affair where she was like, please stop. I don't. Anyways.
Oh, God. Listen. If you didn't want me to impregnate you, you shouldn't have had a bath. If you were asking for it, you shouldn't have dressed like that. And by that, I mean naked, just in your bath.
In your own house, yeah. That I was spying on because I live in the tallest house in the place.
Because I live
in a palace,
Look, if you didn't want the king to see you naked, you shouldn't have just had a bath in your own home.
Yeah. This is also great. I do not know what this interpretation of David... I found this really funny, this Talmudic interpretation of the David story. But it says, furthermore, according to Talmudic sources, the death of Uriah could not be considered murder on the basis that Uriah had committed a capital offense by refusing to obey a direct command from his king. That command being, of course, go fuck your wife. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
The king very up in your business about wanting you to fuck your wife. Well, you're just gonna have to live with that.
Or not. You've got to die with that.
Yeah.
You deserve to die. So weird.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole, like, all of this is really bad consent-wise as well. Like, oh, well, if your king says you have to have sex, then you have to... It's like, what? That's so messed up.
I don't think the state should have that much power over your sex life. I'm just gonna say that. It's just like then it implies that the king's just like, you two have sex. Now you two have sex.
Yeah.
Now you two switch.
But we're underage.
I don't care.
Well, it's tough.
I'm the king. We're brother and sister. I don't care. I'm the king.
Then I want it double.
Yeah. So David's punishment.
Now you have sex with a sheep. What?
Don't worry, it's better than you think.
I'm the king.
So David's punishment came to pass years later when David's much-loved son Absalom led an insurrection that plunged the kingdom in a civil war. Mm-hmm. Absalom was David's third son by a different wife, Maacah.
Wait, so different to Michal?
Yeah. So
okay.
The name of this wife was Maacah. So I'm told you he has like at least two wives in between Michal and Bathsheba. 2 Samuel chapter 14 verse 25 describes him as the most handsome man in the kingdom.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, the son.
The son Absalom.
Right.
Yeah. He was a great favorite of his father and of this people. His charming manners, personal beauty, insinuating ways, love of pomp, and royal pretensions captivated the hearts of the city from the beginning. He lived in great style and drove a magnificent chariot and had 50 men run before him. He's a real fancy lad, and everybody loves him. He's a real scamp and a
I like
stallion.
the idea that, like, in those times, you drive a fancy chariot, and it's like it's the equivalent of like having a sports car.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
And he had 50 men run before him, so I guess they're pulling the chariot, or maybe they're just running, and they're just like part of his entourage, and they're like, Absalom's coming, Absalom's coming.
Yeah, hype men.
He's got 50 hype men, just like, you know, this is like, you know, you have Twitter followers. Before then, you had runners before.
Twitter precedents, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Twitter heralds, people just run along and yell about you. So Absalom had a sister named Tamar who was raped by their half-brother Ammon.
Oh, good.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So, yeah.
Did David tell them?
Totally normal stuff happening in
God.
Ammon is David's eldest son. So I guess he's the son from his first marriage.
Right.
And that's why he's only half-sister to Absalom.
Yeah.
Or half-brother to Absalom.
Mm-hmm.
After the rape, Absalom waited 2 years and then avenged Tamar by sending servants to murder a drunken Ammon at a feast to which Absalom had invented all. So, yeah, so he waited 2 years and then he's just like, you know what, I should probably murder that guy. I guess, I don't know, maybe just waiting for his opportunity or whatever. But then he doesn't even do it himself. It's very weird. After this, Absalom fled. And it took 3 years for him to be fully reinstated in David's favor and finally returned to Jerusalem. While at Jerusalem, Absalom built support for himself by speaking to those who came to King David for justice, saying, "See, your claims are good and right, but there is no one deputed by the king to hear you." So he's like, there's nobody, you're not getting any justice.
Yeah.
You know, he's reflecting the flaws in the judicial system of the united monarchy. If only I were the judge of the land, and then all who had a suit or case might come to me and I would give them justice.
Right.
So it's like he's saying to the people, you know, I'll give you justice, and for what, you know, it's like
he's gonna drain the swamp.
I'll make your enemies pay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's make Israel great again.
Yeah. He made gestures of flattery by kissing those who bow before him.
Cheeky.
And he stole the hearts of the people of Israel.
Not in a literal way like David would have with their foreskins.
Yeah. After 4 years, he declared himself king, raised a revolt in Hebron, the former capital. Moreover, to manifest his claim to be the new king, Absalom had sexual intercourse in public with 10 of his father's concubines.
Okay, I mean that's horrible because I'm guessing they didn't consent either.
They probably weren't into it. Yeah.
Like that would have really got to David because he was like a king who fucks, right?
Yeah,
and so like
he's got 10.
That's an inventive way to declare yourself king. I feel like rather than killing someone, just fucking a load of people in public.
I don't know how. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how you make yourself king, how you declare that divine right. So this seems like it's good.
Dogging.
Good way than, yeah, it's like
just that's everyone who's ever been dogging, you're royalty now.
Yeah, I mean it is a weird thing, I guess, because this is in public, right? So I guess it's just like we're going into the square. People are like, "Do you see this guy downtown? He fucked 10 ladies."
I guess he's king now.
It's like, how'd you know about it? He did it in fucking square. 10 ladies, not even just 10 ladies, they were the king's concubines. It's insane. It's a very weird flex.
Yeah.
But I guess it really drives the point home.
But also, yeah, probably they were closer to his age than his dad's age.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just casting aspersions here.
Either way, it's not cool. None of this is cool. I don't know what.
No one in this is cool, really.
It's super weird. It's not only is it not cool, it's also a very weird thing to do.
I'm Team Araya.
Yeah, but the idea is that this could be considered a direct tenfold divine retribution for David's taking a woman of another man in secret.
Oh wow!
So
I'm taking all 10 of your women now in public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Christ.
it's like, what's the opposite of what you did? This, I guess.
Wow.
Anyways.
Fuck, man. The Bible's so misogynistic.
Yeah. So all of Israel and Judea were like, well, this guy seems like a real king. He's doing some real
News
kingly
travels
shit
fast.
here. Yeah. And so David fled.
It's like revenge porn, but,
Yeah.
without computers.
Yeah. So David had to flee with only his bodyguard and some other folks. Absalom reached the capital and consulted with the renowned, oh my God, Ahithophel, a former counselor of King David who...
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, whatever. Ahithophel was a former counselor of King David who sided with Absalom and who advised Absalom to have incestuous relations with his father's concubine. So this was all his. He's like,
They
you know what's
weren't
really
really incestuous, though, if they were just concubines.
I guess
like,
so,
none
yeah,
of them were his mum.
I guess not. I don't know. Maybe they're like his stepmom. I'm not sure how concubines work. Anyways, David took refuge from Absalom's forces beyond the Jordan River. However, he took the precaution of instructing his servant, Hiziah, to infiltrate Absalom's court and subvert it. Once in place, Hiziah convinced Absalom to ignore Ahithophel's advice to attack his father while he was on the run and instead prepare his forces for a major attack. This gave David critical time to prepare his own troops. Mm-hmm. When Ahithophel saw that his advice was not followed, he killed himself by hanging.
Right.
So he does not take criticism well. Ahithophel. I think Ahithophel was like, so he used to work for David, and then I think when he saw that Absalom was here, he's like, well, this is my opportunity, and maybe I'll be the next king or something like that.
Right.
So he was a schemer.
I see.
So at the fateful battle of the wood of Ephraim, Absalom's army was completely routed. When Absalom fled David's army, this is embarrassing. When Absalom fled David's army, his head was caught in the bough of an oak tree, as the mule he was riding ran beneath it. So it's like not even on a horse. And you're such a dumbass that you're like looking to make sure they're not chasing you, and then you get your head caught
get stuck in a tree. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty funny. He was discovered still alive by some of David's men who reported to Joab, the king's commander. Joab, accustomed to avenging himself, took the opportunity to even the score with Absalom.
Wait, what did Absalom do to Joab? Just because he was on Team David?
Well, yeah, Absalom had once set Joab's field on fire and then made somebody else...
regret that arson when you're stuck in a tree.
And then made somebody else captain of the host instead of Joab.
Right.
So, but killing Absalom was against David's explicit command, but Joab injured Absalom with 3 darts through the heart, and Absalom was subsequently killed by 10 of Joab's armor bearers.
Right.
And he said, when David heard that Absalom was killed, he was greatly sorrowed. He said, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son, Absalom. Would God that I had died for thee, O Absalom, my son, my son." So it's like, but if you didn't want him to die, you could have just given up being king. I don't know. It's so dumb.
That is
You're the one who also made... anyways. So David withdrew to the city of Mahanaim in mourning until Joab roused him from the extravagance of his grief and called on him to fulfill his duties to his people. And so he went back to being king. Pretty uneventful.
And uneventful from then.
Yeah. When David is old and bedridden, Adonijah, his eldest surviving son and natural heir, declares himself king. Bathsheba and Nathan go to David and obtain his agreement to crown Bathsheba's son Solomon as king. According to David's earlier promise, and the revolt of Adonijah is put down. David dies at the age of 70 after reigning for 40 years, and on his deathbed counsels Solomon to walk in the ways of God and to take revenge on his enemies.
That is what God wants.
You want to walk the path of God. It is a constant path of peace and enlightenment and
And
love
murder.
to your brother man.
And
And also,
revenge.
kill my fucking enemies. Kill them all. Burn their houses to the ground.
This is my deathbed wish, so you can't not do it.
Yeah.
God.
And so next month we're going to talk about King Solomon.
Oh, excellent 1-2 there.
Yeah, so that's what we're
So, Matthew, why is King David your personal hero?
He's not. Well, because the dude fucks, man. I got, you know what? He does a lot of bad things, but he gets it wet. You know what I'm saying?
No, he doesn't, though. He takes it by force.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, he is not. I mean, this is certainly a very epic tale.
Sure. There was a lot of twists and turns.
Lots of twists and turns. I don't know if he was ever really a good guy at any point.
No.
I guess when he was young and before he murdered a giant.
Yeah. And
Not a particularly gruesome
this is
one.
what I'm saying. It all started there.
Yeah. And yeah, it all went downhill from that point. It seems like he got got a real taste for blood.
It all went downhill from the moment I had to cut off a guy's head when I was 10.
Yeah, that's going to fuck you up for a long time. And for David, it fucked him up for the next 60
years
or so. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that David is not really, I don't understand why he's a great biblical hero.
Yeah.
He was also, like, hitting on last month's Shiv. I saw that he was one of the kind of core people in terms of chivalric code. Like, they were one of those people who, like, the people who came up with chivalry were just like, hey, he's a pretty great dude.
Let's follow this guy's example.
Yeah,
wow.
He is a real piece of shit. Yeah, it was said he was one of the 9 worthies, a group of heroes encapsulating the qualities of chivalry. So he was a real aspirational figure. Yeah.
Murder.
Nationalism. Yeah. So
blasphemy, probably.
Yeah.
Mutilating.
No, love of God, but love expressed in a very murderous way. Yeah, so he's a pretty questionable figure, and I don't think that I don't know, that one statue is really nice.
Well, that was from a more innocent time.
Yeah, the Renaissance. We talked about how horrible.
Oh no, it was in like when it was before he killed Goliath. It was like the most innocent time in his life.
Right, that was it. That was right before it all went downhill. So yeah, that's why that's a good piece of art. I mean,
pretty impressive that he managed to fuck so many people with such a tiny penis.
Again, that is
not
just
about the size of the
pregnant.
wave, but the motion of the unconsensual ocean.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's not the size of your boat. It's how hard you can just ram it into the port with no.
Oh no! God! Oh god! All right. On that note, tune in next month.
No. So, Anno, did you think this was a sufficiently epic tale?
Definitely epic. Lots of battles and twists and turns, as I said. Not great though.
Not great. Not a great person. No. But anyways.
Yeah, it's interesting how both from the Saint and the Hero podcast, we're learning that anyone who's revered is probably an asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty
basically.
Much it. Yeah, so far we've come across maybe 1 or 2 people who aren't assholes.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, so tune in next month to see if his son, King
Solomon, does any better.
If he did better, maybe he learned his lessons from his father's mistakes, and
if he got revenge on the enemies.
Yeah, let's hope so. But
I feel like it's not really. David's enemies don't require revenge because, like, I feel like what happened to David was more like karmic,
Yeah.
So, like, you don't need to then get revenge because it's like we're now balanced. Things have evened out.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was the thing.
So doing more revenge will just create more bad karma.
More stuff. It does feel like the Philistines were pretty defeated because they ran away from that battle after Goliath died. And then King Saul was like, no, go kill just like 200 more.
Yeah.
And they were probably just like, why are you doing this? This war was over.
Yeah.
We thought the war was over. But yeah, we'll find out next month if Solomon has learned from his father's mistakes. Otherwise, everybody have an epic day, and thanks for subscribing.
Have an epic day.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.